What is up, my special meat brothers? Today I got another unboxing that we're going to do. It's the Gundam Deathscythe from Gundam Wing, or you could say Endless Waltz. I'm pretty sure it's from Gundam Wing. It's been a while since I've actually caught up with the series. I am currently watching the series right now, and I tell you, it's kind of not, I wouldn't say complicated to kind of get back into, but man, did a lot of stuff go over my head when I was watching it when I was younger. But enough rambling on, let's go ahead and get him out of the box and into the review. Okay guys, here we got Gundam Deathscythe and all of his black and nice matte black colors. You can see that the top parts where the shoulder points connect, they're all like a die-cast metal. I shouldn't say like, they are actually a die-cast metal. A lot of the frame that is put on him is a die-cast metal, so it looks really nice. You can kind of see the insignias and the prints that are right there on his shoulders. You can see right there. So that looks really nice, and as well as his back as well. So all of that looks really nice. I thought when I got this from Robot Metal Spirits Damashi, I thought the actual frame of him, like the parts that are a little bit, I should say, like kind of like navy blue, I thought those were black in the anime. I thought he was like all black, but I guess, and I could be wrong, I thought like his armor that kind of comes in and out that helps him with, I can't remember the name, it's like something like the Phantom Gear or something like that, that helps him kind of disappear from one spot and go to the other. It's been a while since I've, caught back up with the anime, but I'm trying to get back into it. So with the homie here, it's a little bit different. You can see the navy blue from the black. Like I said, I thought the whole thing was going to be black, but when I take a closer look, once we get into the articulation of the figure, you'll see that it's a little bit different. I like the nice red right there that he has on the front, and as well on his chest piece. That looks really good when it's closed up. We'll go ahead and showcase a lot of what the armor pieces, especially the ones that kind of cloak him, can do. So without further ado, let's get him off the rotating stand and see what my boy can do. Okay, so right off the jump, my boy has this slit right here. We're gonna go ahead and talk about the armor pieces. You can see that this piece right here is able to lift up. I think it only goes about this much before you start to reach its limitation. Let me see. Yep, about that much before it starts to reach its limitation right here in the back. So it has these clips right here in the back, as you can see. I don't know if you can kind of see it right there. Let me see. Yeah, it has these clips that you can kind of clip onto right there, so they won't be moving around. But if you kind of detach them like so, like how I did right there, then these will come up. Let me see. I don't want to get too crazy with it. Okay. Now lift this part up as well. So you can see it kind of exposes the whole back piece in itself. You see you got the jetpack right here, and these are not articulated. Let's see. The booster right here is not articulated as well. And then he has this little piece right here. Let me see if I can kind of move down. No, maybe not. Or does this piece move up? Let me see. I don't know. You see this piece right here? I know that's for his... What is it? For his staff, but I can't seem to get it open. Oh, there you go. It's giving me a little play now. Okay, so there, right there, it kind of opens up right there, so that way you're able to clasp the staff right there in the back. Moving on to the front, I did have this clipped on right there in the midsection. And as you can see, it opens up to reveal the inner chest piece. So my boy looks good. Now you can have it like this, however you want it to. He looks good. I like how the inner pieces right here, let me see if I can get that. The inner pieces right here, they just look really, really good. You can see that right there. Everything about this figure just looks good. I like the exoskeleton that he has right here on his chest piece. It looks really, really nice. Let's see, yep, get that. So you can even have him posed any way you want to. These kind of move, let's see. I don't know if they move up and down. No, I don't think they move up and down. They're kind of like rested there. They do have some side to side, but not much. Yeah, side to side, and they move up and down on the metal die cast mechanisms right there, but not too far. So he looks really good like this. Let's see, articulation in the head. There's really not that much going on right there. I would be careful right here with the gold. Let's see, get my boy straight with the kind of gold fin right there on top, only because you might be prone to kind of break it. It's kind of it's a hard plastic, but the plastic itself, it's kind of thin, so just be careful about that. Moving on to the shoulders, let's see, can he do the arm cross? Yes, my boy has the arm cross. I love that about figures. That's already a W in my book. And let's see, does he have bends at the elbow? Yes, my boy has the bends at the elbow, no problem. Let me see. Oh, and he can go much further too. Look at that. I like that in a figure. And my boy is like, so like, this figure is like so sturdy. Nothing's wobbling. What you would expect from a die cast metal figure. Everything about him is sturdy. I love that. Moving on to the shoulders right here, or let's see, I should say the bicep. He does have a bicep right here, bicep swivel. Nothing cool, nothing too crazy right there. And then he has a swivel right here at the hands. So moving on to the chest piece right here, he doesn't really have, let me see if I can get him a little bit lower. He doesn't really have like anything too crazy going on with the chest piece. Let me see. I'm pretty sure he's able to move, yeah, about down about this much, which was his name. The Epion Gundam was kind of the same way, if not a little bit more worse than this. I mean, I get it. The Gundams are not going to be used for like the best articulation. It's more for kind of like mobility. They're not really doing hand-to-hand combat. It's, you know what I mean? So it's okay. He's able to go back, actually not at all. So he's kind of standing a little stiff, but with the help of like camera angles and his feet and his arms, you can get him to look any way you want to. And let's see, these skirt pieces are individual and they move independently like that. So if he needs to do a high kick, he can do it, and I'll showcase that in a bit. Let me see. And before I get any further, his arms go up about that much before you start to feel like it kind of gives some, let's see, oops, and that part fell off right here. Let's put that back on. These are very easy to peg in, as you can see. So yeah, a lot of these pieces right here, except for kind of like the back piece, I mean, you can, but it just ends up moving the whole figure. So that's nice right there. When it comes to the thighs, let's see. So when it comes to the thighs, or the legs, I should say, he can lift up about, let's see. He can lift up about this much before you start to feel it give you some give right there. And that's not bad. That's actually pretty good. I think the Epion Gundam, and as well, the Epion Gundam was kind of more or less like this, but when it came to the Wing Gundam, it was more or less the same. So let's see, does he have thigh swivel? Yep, he has a thigh swivel. And then he can bend at the knee. Let's see, about this much. And you see all that die-cast metal that's right here. It looks really, really nice, but you can kind of move this shoulder, or not shoulder, but this knee pad right here to, so that way it's not fully exposed. I love how they just kind of integrated that, so that way it kind of gives you more of the aesthetic feel for it. Okay, straighten him back up. Everything about this figure is just sturdy, but you will pay the price point for it. That's nice right there. So moving on down to the actual foot. Foot can go down about this much, and then you also have this part that kind of moves individually as well. So that's really nice. And let's see, can he go side to side? Yeah, he has a, you know, the foot pivot right here, so it's not that bad. So you can put him to various poses as you would like. And that's going to be it for the articulation for the homie Deathscythe Hell. So now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and see what he has for accessories. And my boy does come with a slew of them, so let's get into it. Okay guys, now that we got the homie Deathscythe chilling in the background, I kind of want to go over the hand pieces. Obviously I like to go over the head pieces first, but since we do not have that, and this is the only head piece that we have, we're going to skip on to the hands. So the first pair of hands that we have are kind of these open palm hands. Let me go ahead, get a close-up on that so you guys get a better view. Open palm hands, he has a pair of those. They look really nice, kind of gun metallic paint color application right there, so that looks really good. The next pair we have are these kind of like gunmetal, let's see, holding hands right here, so that way he can hold his staff, which we'll get into that in a minute. And then he has a pair of like open, kind of still open palm like hands, so that way he can hold his staff as well, but these are going to be used for like a more dynamic pose. So that's nice that they included that, and you'll see what I mean. Let's see, the next piece of articulation we have is this kind of, man, this thing looks dope right here. You can even see the writing right here. Let me see if I can get a close-up of that. Let's see. Yeah, the writing right there, it looks really, really nice right there on the side. So you have this as well as like the boosters like on the back, so that way when he flings it gets you. And then you have the connection right here, and I'll pose him with this later on in the video when I give my final thoughts. But man, everything about this just looks clean. Like you can see right here, the metal, just how it's painted, looks really, really nice. And then let's see, and then you can open this up. I'm pretty sure it opens up to like, man, this thing can open up really good. Open up to make the T pose, but I think I'll just have it opened up like this, so that way you can kind of put there's an optional effect that you can put on this, and I'll go ahead and showcase that right now. This is the optional effect that you can kind of put on them, and there's only one way that you can put this on, so just kind of maybe either read the instructions or just kind of, you know, maybe some common knowledge. But that's going to, let's see, slide into place. It should click. Yep, it did. Oh, I didn't even know this. So I thought the boosters were like there to stay, but it looks like they can move side to side, so that's really nice. Yep, these boosters move side to side, so that's really cool. When you pose it, you can make it look like it's going in a certain direction. So this is what this looks like with the optional part on, and then you can close it ever so slightly, so that way he just looks like he's barely taking it out, or just have it extended, and it's able to extend all the way even with the effect part in it. So that's really nice. Moving on to the next piece of accessory. So I kind of clipped these on because you get a pair, you get full, or actually, let's see, you get two pairs of them. So this is the first pair, which, let me see. So this is the first pair, which the beams that come out of the staff are just a little bit shorter. And this piece right here, the only thing that really moves is actually both of these parts move. So you have the top part right here that moves, and then you have the other part right here that can kind of move as well, and you can kind of put it down like this, so that way when the beams are not in, you could just have it to where like he's just like it can go on the back of him. So that's really nice. So you have this like that. So this looks really nice, and of course you can move this. So if you kind of want him to kind of like jab with it, like let's say kind of going up, it can look like this, however you want to. The next beam saber that I'm going to show for the staff is like, or for the scythe, I should say. It's not a staff. What are you talking about? It's a scythe. I couldn't think of the word. So for his scythe, going on from here on down to the end of the video, that's what we'll be calling it, because that's what it should be. Okay. So I'll show you a side-by-side comparison with that. And this can actually, let me see. I'm pretty sure it can. Actually, no, it cannot. Let me see. Nope, I thought it could come off. Maybe. No. Nothing about this part can come off. So it gives you two of them. But as you can see, this scythe on the bottom is a lot larger than the scythe on top. I don't know why they gave you four of them. I mean, it's cool that they kind of gave you like two pairs. Like one is maybe like, you know, before it's like overclocked, and then this one is like when he's about to like really slice you up, or I guess for the dynamic pose of it. So on this one, the only thing, let me see. So on this one, the only thing that moves are these top pieces, as you can see like that. Just these top pieces only move. The mechanism right here, it's fixed, so that cannot move, as you can see right there. But man, this thing is big. When he's holding it, it looks menacing. As you can see, this alone is just taller than him, with the scythe fully extended. And I don't think anything about this can come off. Wait, it should be able to come off, because then how would you put the, let me see. Yep, I was right. So you take this off. So this is the staff right here that connects to the scythe, and then you get another piece of the scythe that's kind of like curved, so that way when he does kind of like a slashing motion, see, it has that curve right there. So when he's slicing away, it makes it look like more dynamic. So that's really nice. And that is both of his scythes. Let's see. You do get a pair of these kind of, let me see, these little pieces right here. But these are going to kind of be used for like when he has his cloak. There you go. He has his cloak kind of like closed. These clips are going to be used in the bottom, so that way it can hold them into place. But I don't really see a need for using this, because I'm always going to have the cloak exposed, so no need for that. And then the last thing that we get with him is the base right here that we have gotten with all the metal robot spirits. So it is the base that we get with him, so that's really nice. Let me see, he comes with the clear plastic one, and then he comes with the one that's already like with him. And as you can see right there, Gundam Deathscythe Hell XXX0102? No, 01D2. I guess that's his marking, or that's his number. And then of course you also have another peg hole right here that you can plug in. So the base looks good. All of them look good. I like how this one has purple. I forget what Wing Zero and the Destiny Gundam and the Epion Gundam are, but this looks good. Good enough to have you pose him on this. That's it for the accessories. Let's go ahead and put as much accessories on him, and then I'll give my final thoughts on this bad boy right here. Okay guys, here is my boy Deathscythe Hell with as much accessories as I can put on him. As you can see, my dude looks really good. My boy is like, anybody that wants to roll up on me, they can. It does not matter. I have the smoke or the saber to send you back to wherever you came from. As you can see, I couldn't fit the whole thing. Like, I couldn't make the rotating stand go all the way around him, only because the scythe that he holds is just so massive. I mean, everybody watch out when he's swinging this thing around, or duck or something, because he's finna take your head off, and he's gonna yell out, "Somebody catch his chain," because I just took this man's head off. So with that being said, you can see that the beam right here, they're static, so they can't really move. Only the top part can move. And I put on the kind of dynamic staff on him, so it makes it look like he's kind of giving that swoosh motion. Yeah, you can see it's like bended right there at the midsection. And then I put on his shield right here that has the beam saber. Let me see if I can get a little bit closer look at that, or not closer look, but just like you can kind of just see it just looks really, really nice. All of it. The articulation, and my final thoughts on about the articulation, is that my dude is good. He's solid. The joints work just how they're supposed to. He looks just like how he does in the anime. Although I thought his pieces that are exposed, like the skirt pieces and the shoulder pieces, and where that kind of skeleton rib cage is right there on his chest, I thought all of that was going to be black. But I mean, I've seen other different pictures and they have shown him where he's black, or maybe that's just because he's mainly kind of, when it shows him, he just appears in the dark, like, "Hello, Halloween, I'm here." You know what I mean? So with that being said, I'm not going to knock no points off of that, you know, so it stays true to what it is. The inner parts of right here on his cloak, they look really nice. So I'm just going to give it a bump up for that. And as well as the accessories, we got a ton of them. He's got the hands for anybody that wants them. He's got not this, only just a pair of the beam sabers. He has two pair of the beam sabers, a short one and a long one. All you know that I'm gonna pose him with the long one. No need for the short ones around here. And he comes with the base stand, and he comes with an extra staff piece right here if you want to just have him holding it straight, or for when it's not really kind of being used. So for all you people that don't have them, I will suggest that to go ahead and get him, especially at the price point that he's at right now. He's only going to get higher, guys, just like everything else. I don't think he will really get a re-release. I mean, none of the Metal Robot Damashi releases have, seen a real re-release. So this is officially my fourth Metal Robot Damashi. Let's see, I have the Wing Zero. No, my first one was the Destiny Gundam. That was what kind of got me into the Metal Robot Spirits line. So my first one was Destiny Gundam. That to me is just the best Gundam overall for me, in terms of design and just how it works, and his shoulder pieces as well, as far as the beam rifle and the anti-ship sword. So that's really good. And then my next one was Wing Gundam, and then my next one after that was the Epion Gundam. Those go hand in hand. You gotta have them together. And then my fourth one is this homie right here, the Gundam Deathscythe Hell. Now, what other releases that I'm really hoping for is, honestly, let's see, I don't really care for, I forget what let's see, that one Gundam in Wing Gundam is called. It's the Gundam, let me see if you guys can help me with this. It's the Gundam that has the long arms. He's the green Gundam. I forget what he's called. Anyways, the Gundam that can stretch his arms and they have the dragon-like claws. I'm not really keen on him. Let's see, as far as the Sandrock Gundam, that to me is my number one Gundam as far as Gundam Wing goes. Sandrock Custom, Sandrock just regular Gundam. So that right there, I can't wait for. Let me see, am I missing another Gundam? Oh, Heavy Arms, Gundam Heavy Arms. I already have a master grade Gundam Heavy Arms, and he just looks dope. But I guess I could get like another Gundam Heavy Arms if they made a Metal Robot style of him. Yeah, then I would get it. my other Gundam that I would get, and it's not part of this Gundam, it's part of the, not part of this Gundam line, but part of the G Gundam line. The only Gundam that I would get from the G Gundam line is Burning Gundam and Shining Gundam. If they made a metal robot spirits of him, oh, I would be all over it. But I don't mean to ramble on. I'm just saying, like, guys, if you don't have this, go ahead and get them. Alright guys, that's going to wrap this video up. Let me know in the comment section below if he is going to be a pass or a grab. Major Piccolo shout out to everybody supporting since day one. And like I've said, the channel is lazy, but the movement ain't.